Okay, hi YouTube. This is my first video of what's going to be several videos of self-improvement, of my life, of my journey, of struggles, of whatever. This is mostly for my own personal growth, my own improvement, and if I make some great friends off of here that are into self-improvement or whatever it may be, then great. I'm going to see where life takes me. I'm going to try to start doing a video often. I have recently been working on more goals. I've had a great life. I've had a really difficult life. That's not what we're here to talk about, though. We're not here to talk about the crap. I mean, I guess it's part of it, though. In a nutshell, I had a goal to be a millionaire by the time I was 30. I worked really hard. I've been an entrepreneur. I've done things wrong. I've done things right. I've been screwed over. I've been married, I don't even remember how many times. 4 times, I believe. 5? No, 4. I don't know. I don't even care anymore. I don't care. I was trying to be a good guy, a good person, you know, like I was raised religious, and I was told that if you're going to be with somebody that you should get married. I want to be with somebody. I don't necessarily believe that you need to be married anymore. That's kind of jaded me, kind of made me understand that, you know what, yeah, I'd like to be married. I'd like to do that. It's got to be with the right person. But what really matters is what's in the heart. That's what really matters. You could be married or just with somebody. What's in the heart is what matters. What's in the heart is what is the truest form. And marriage is just paperwork. I mean, the religious people might not agree, but that's okay. I respect everyone's religion to a point. I mean, I respect anyone that is bettering themselves and happy with their religion and their place in life. Anything that's helping somebody, I'm all for. I don't really agree with a lot of organized religion. There's a lot of good, and there's a lot of... I'm not even getting into it. Anyway, different subject. But what this is for my own self-improvement. And if I can help anybody in their journey, I hope it helps. It'll be worth it for me if I can help anybody. I've hit rock bottom. I am pulling out of a very deep hole. I've lost. I'm gonna rewind a little bit here. Okay, so I've been married. I've gone through all that nonsense. I've been cheated on. I've been beat. I've been, you name it. It sucks. It shouldn't happen to anybody. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. Anyway, I built companies. I've lost companies. Last fairly sized company I owned, I worked hard to build. I sold it to some people that I thought were trustworthy. And there's a contract that I would be paid in payments out of profits every year. Well, there's a loophole in the contract. They did not state that they had to pay me if they sold the company. So 3 to 6 months later, they sold the company and told me they didn't owe me anything. Attorneys got involved. I couldn't afford an attorney. I sold my company, my bread and butter. I had a friend that knew an attorney. He told me that he could help, but I was gonna have to come up with a retainer. I didn't have a retainer. I didn't have anything. I sold my company and didn't get paid. So, At the time I was trying to start another company, also a manufacturing company. Manufacturing company isn't cheap to get into. I was depending on that money to help me. Also, at the same time, my youngest child's mother decided to come back into his life after she said she didn't want to see him until he was 18 because her new boyfriend was abusive and they were guilty. He didn't want to show up to court. They didn't even want. They disowned him for the most part. As soon as I wanted to take him on fully with my previous wife, she wanted to adopt him. And as soon as we started doing that, his mother decided she now wanted him. And so we had court battles with that, trying to keep him safe and in a good place. Again, with no money from my previous business. Through all that, it was really difficult. My wife at the time, it was not fun for her. Not fun for any of us. We were struggling. I was working my tail off, trying to provide, trying to pay bills, trying to cover attorney's expenses, which luckily I had an amazing attorney that I'm still paying. She took payments. Anyway, I worked hard to get my manufacturing business going. Didn't have the money to buy my own manufacturing equipment, so I was building my own manufacturing equipment, which is fine. That's what I do, all kinds of stuff. I'm handy like that. I enjoy it. So, but by the time I finally started getting together, got my website, got everything rolling, for the most part, it wasn't running real smooth, but I got my first customer, did my first job, had several things going good for it, and at that time is when we got the news of my 4 other kids' mother. She was diagnosed with cancer. That was Christmas of 2018. January 1st of 2019, I left everything that I had to move to the Phoenix area, live out of my camper, and be there for my kids, and help with my ex going through cancer. She passed away last day of school. My daughter made it home in time to walk in and see her mother taking her last breaths. My other 3 boys, they didn't see her until after she passed when they got home. My life was crumbling. In every way. Money, success, family. My wife at the time, it was too much. She said she was going to be there, but it was too much. And I don't have any hard feelings. I, in fact, told her that I didn't want her to be trapped in a life that she didn't like. She didn't have kids of her own. She was fine with She loved the kids. She was fine with seeing them when they come over on the weekends, and even adopting my youngest. But through all the rough times and everything going on, it was more than she could handle. I don't blame her one bit. It was more than I could handle, but I had no choice. I did not have a choice. The only choice I had was to survive and be there for my kids. So, at the time, when I moved to the Phoenix area to help my kids, I figured, okay, I gotta do something. I gotta do something to survive financially. Spring was around the corner. I'd done composting, organic soils before with previous business. I thought, well, heck, I'm gonna do this. So, I sold some of my things, some of my RV, whatever I could. I jumped into it, started composting. got my kids involved, give them something to do. Wanted to work with them. We worked our tails off. We started getting some money coming in. And then then their mom passed away. Put a major speed bump in business. Because, the funeral and all the stuff and all that, we weren't working through all that. It was rough. And then moving business locations. Dealing with the county. The county told us we were good to go where we were at. Before that was, anyway, just dealing with problems. Problems after problems. So many problems. And here I am today. My kid's mom has been gone for a couple of years now. A year and a half, 2 years. I can't even keep track of dates and times anymore. My life, my goals, my hopes, my dreams, my habits, my success habits changed. My life was upside down. My wife, at the time, when she moved out, she took whatever she wanted out of the house, left it kind of a wreck. My kid's mom that passed away, that house needed to be cleared out, so everything got put in my house. And I was left with financial problems, trying to start and run a business, trying to be there for my 5 kids. 4 of them's mother passed away, and the 5th that I had full custody, going through the drama with his mom, trying to get him back and putting him in a dangerous situation where he's been choked with her boyfriend, trying to protect him, trying to live in a house full of junk, full of so many things. I was completely overwhelmed. I told the kids, you guys, please don't open any boxes. I can't handle anymore. We gotta get through this a step at a time. I went out to work and came back in. They'd opened some boxes, spread toys out. I broke down and started bawling. That's part of my journey. My habits, through all that nonsense, I lost my good habits. I started not getting enough sleep at night. There was not enough time in the day to keep up with everything. Just simply not enough time in the day. I started staying up late at night. Then it was difficult to get out of bed very early. I'd still push myself to get out of bed, but I didn't do productive, good habits. I lost a lot of my good habits. I tried different times to get some of them, and I kept a lot of them. I kept my self-motivation habits. I kept my self-improvement habits. I'm always studying, always improving, always listening to books. The Power of Habit. 5 a.m. Club. Well, 5 a.m. Club is the one that I had studied previous to all this. And where I'm going to be going here in a second, because it's been changing my life lately. The last couple weeks. Anyway, so habits. Habits are very important. There's a quote that says, bad habits are easy to form and difficult to live with. Good habits are difficult to form and easy to live with. It's so very true. So, over the last couple of years, fighting hard, trying to survive, trying to pay the bills, trying to build the business, being overwhelmed, completely overwhelmed, trying to take care of my kids, trying to help them through their emotional roller coaster of losing their mother, and being in an environment that none of us liked. None of us liked it. A messy house, stuff piled to the ceiling everywhere. It was horrible. It still is not that great, but it's getting there because I am working really hard, teaching my kids positive mindset. Before any of this happened, I was on track with positive mindset. For as long as I can remember, I've been on track with positive mindset, listening to positive videos. I never watch TV, hardly ever. I do listen to music sometimes, but most of the time I'm listening to improvement stuff. But, back on subject, every morning and every night, since prior to all this, I ask my kids in the morning, what kind of day are you going to have? And at night, I ask them before bed, what kind of night are you going to have? I've told them that, you know what? Even though it might not turn out to be a great day, our subconscious hears our answer. And it's up to us to try to stay positive and make it through. And tell ourselves what kind of day we're going to have. That's been huge. Huge helping them through the loss of their mother. I know it has. I know for a fact it's been a huge key. So, every day, every morning, and every night, I ask them. And they ask me in return. Because they understand it. And I hope this helps somebody out there. But, every morning and every night, the answer is the best kind. The best. Not okay, not good, but the best kind of day, best kind of night. So we're going to strive for every day and every night. Doesn't always turn out that way. Sorry. Anyway, it definitely does not turn out to be the best all the time. It's been rough. It's been the most difficult challenge of my life. I've been alone through it too. I've got great family and great friends. But having a companion through it. I lost my companion, my best friend. Nobody ever thought that her and I were ever going to be apart. We were the couple that everyone wanted to be like. Everyone wanted a relationship like we had. I'm still friends with her, and I'm proud of her. She's working hard at improving her life also. Very sad that life happened how it did, and it was too much for her. I totally understand it was too much for her, because it was too much for me. There was so many days that I really did not want to live. It was horrible. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. My world crashed around me and it was suffocating me in every direction. Every direction. Over that course of time, habits. I hate good habits. Crumbled. A lot of them. I still kept a lot of good habits. I also like cleanliness in my kids. I've been trying to teach them good habits. They're getting there. I need to work on it too. I'm not perfect, but every time you use something, you better have the plan in time to take care of it and put it back where it goes. Or else you better not get it out in the first place. That's a habit that I'm trying to drive into them, along with many other things. They're doing great. They are amazing kids. They're actually inside the house right now doing their Saturday chores, and I'm out in my office trailer doing my self-improvement. Speaking of my self-improvement, something that has helped me more than anything lately that I can think of is remembering and studying the 5 a.m. club. 5 a.m. club. Something I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. And so I get up. I force myself to get to bed earlier. It's rough. If I don't get it up to bed on time, it's really rough the next day. But I get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock. Get ready, go for a run. Or I work out hard. Well, there's been a day or two where I haven't worked out as hard because of, I'll get to that. But I've stuck on schedule. It's the important thing. I mean, yeah, you can't be perfect. Nobody's perfect. You know, vacations happen. Things happen. But I still plan on trying to stick to it, even on vacation. Whenever I can, I want to try to stick to it because it's been one of the most amazing changes in my life to help me get on track better. It's getting up at 5 a.m., 4:30, and doing the 20-20-20 plan. 20 minutes of sweating, 20 minutes of reflection, and 20 minutes of improvement, studying, whatever that is. So the 20 minutes of running or sweating, you can work out, whatever. And not everyone's in the same place physically. That's fine. Get out there and do it. Do what you can, even if it's walking. Even if it's wheeling a wheelchair. Even if it's doing whatever you can to push your physical body harder than you normally do. Whatever you do, everyone's different. So, that motivates, that stimulates, that does things that I don't comprehend. I mean, I do in ways, but I'm not going to get into all that. Study the 5 a.m. club. Study it. Look it up on YouTube. Study. There's several videos on it. There's condensed versions. There's a full book. Study it. It's amazing. So you do that, then you do self-reflection. Whether it's meditation or the blueprint for a beautiful day or perfect day or something like that. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but that's what I've been doing. And you write on a piece of paper, you do 4 sections, and you say what you're thankful for, or what you're good at in your life. What are you good at in your life? What are you thankful for? What are the good things in your life? And you know what? It's different every day. It's crazy how that early in the morning, after I exercise, how clear my mind is, and how peaceful it is, and how I can come up with so many different things. So it's what is great in my life. You also do one that, what am I great at? So you think of things that you're great at. You also do a section that is what do I want to be great at? And you do a section, what would make today great? And you list off as many things as you can. There's no limit, there's no minimum, there's no rules besides just sitting there and reflecting. 20 minutes. Reflect. And if you get done before 20 minutes, meditate. Sit there and just reflect on things you're thankful for. Anything you can be thankful for. All of us have something we can be thankful for, even if we're living on the street. I know it's rough sometimes to think of some things when things are really down and out, but there's always something to be thankful for. Even when you don't want to live, there's usually something to be thankful for. Thankful for not something worse. Thankful for having oxygen. Thankful for opening your eyes that morning. Thankful for something. Thankful for a stranger that opened the door for you. Anyway, I could go on and on. There's always something. Think of something to be thankful for in your life. Think of things you can improve. There's another one that I did years ago, and I've tried to do it. I've tried to stick to it, and I haven't stuck to it as much as I have as I should. But it's I draw it, on paper, and I'd say, what did I do good at today, and then another section of what could I improve, and how could I improve what like what did I not do good today, and how do I improve it? Anyway. Oh yeah, another thing you could do with your reflection 20 minutes is some people journal. You could journal also. Anything that gives you your self-reflection, your thankfulness, your connection to yourself, to higher power, whatever it is. Anyways, and then the last section is what would make today great. So you write down things that would make today great. I know this is getting to be a long video, and I don't even know if anyone's going to watch it. I'm probably boring. But, and I am pushing myself to do a video for my own personal progress, my own goals. I need to get comfortable at it. One of the things that I wrote down today for what I want to be better at is public speaking. Lately, for a long time, I've been really quiet, very cautious on Facebook, very cautious with what I put. I've had fears of people that are not the best kind of people, that are sharks, that are out to get me. I've been through a lot, but lately, been pushing myself to just put it out there. I have less to worry about with some of these sharks. I'm protecting myself better. It's one of the things I've learned in life is, I trusted everybody. I grew up in a small town with a good family, good people. Your word was your bond, a handshake was the deal. Not the way the world works. Boy, howdy, I've learned that lesson rough. I've really learned that lesson the hard way. So I just gotta learn to protect myself better. Don't want to lose faith or trust in people. You just gotta earn a little bit more. And I gotta protect myself so that these people can continue to take everything that I work for. So, anyway, 5 AM Club, been doing it for a couple weeks now. It is amazing. Amazing. Getting up and just doing it. I feel like a rock star. I get up and I do my stuff, and then I'm like, heck yeah, I posted on Facebook saying, you know what? If this is all it is for my personal growth, to push myself harder, or to help others, whatever. I'm going to start posting some positive things, because I come across positive things all the time, and I always want to post them. I'm always like learning and seeing positive things, and I love it. But I've always been scared of posting it. Because, whatever. There's those people out there that want to judge or whatever. I don't care. That's something that I'm overcoming. If they have that attitude, I'm sorry. You know, one thing is good though, that I don't really know of any regrets I have in life. I know who I am. I'm a good dad. I can do better. I'm not perfect. But I strive to be a good person. That's what I teach my kids too. No matter what, be happy with you. Who you are. I'm not happy with being less productive. I mean, I've always been a hard worker and fairly productive, but there is days where emotions and depression have kicked my butt. And I've kicked its butt back. I've been through a lot and I've learned how to deal with. And I'm glad I've learned it because it's helped me become stronger, but it's also helped to where I can help others. And I hope I can help others. I love to help others. Everyone is, you know, no matter your situation, I think that we're all striving to be good in our hearts, for the most part. I mean, some people, I don't know, but whatever. If I was raised in their situation, if I have gone through every trial that they've gone through, if I was to walk every footstep in their shoes, would I be any different than they are? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, maybe. I mean, I know we're all different. Our souls are different. And there's differences. But I cannot say that I would be better than anybody else in their same situation. I'm not better than anybody else. I might have a better life or a better mindset from the things that I've been taught, from the things that I've been through. We all have differences. We've all been through different things. So basically this video is to get me going, push me, get me publicly speaking at least a little bit on YouTube, get me going on this goal of mine to start having my journey, running every day, every morning, doing my 5 a.m. club routine, and taking my life and controlling my life a little bit more. I can't completely control my life. Nobody can completely control their life. But you can control what you do and how you react. And we can't control our feelings either. But we can really, really help with our feelings. That's another thing. So, going through this journey and being single, it's not my choice way of life. I want to have a companion. I'm kind of picky. I don't want a druggie. I don't want a, I want a companion. I want a team member. I want somebody with similar goals, similar dreams. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but everyone person. I don't know. Anyway, but recently, crazy story. I started talking to a girl on Facebook dating. We hit it off. It's going great. We talked, and we hadn't met yet, but she's like, oh yeah, I'm really busy, like I'm working all the time, and then she had a vacation plan to go to Disneyland, California. And so we were going to meet when she got back, and we were going to go out paddleboarding or do something. well, we were talking and we wanted to meet. It's going great. So she's stressing out. She's like, oh, I gotta get this and this and this done before I leave, and then get to bed so I can get up early and go to California in the morning. I was like, all right, well, you won't need help. Like, I'll run to the store and grab the snacks for you or something. Like, I'll help if you need help. Like, I see that you're stressed and you're, pressed for time. So she's like, yeah. Anyway, so that was the plan. And then she's like, you know what? I'll go with you. She's like, we wanted to meet. Both of us wanted to meet. So anyways, I went with her. We dropped her dog off at the dog center, and when we went to Target, our first date was dropping her dog off and going to Target. That was it. I met her down the road. She had kids and stuff. We didn't want to do that yet. Well, that's not how it turned out though. Anyway, so yeah. So we met, and it went great. She mentioned, she's like, yeah, she said something to the effect of, yeah, I wish you guys were going with us. I was like, yeah, me too. On my way home, I was thinking, and I texted her, I was like, this is crazy, but maybe it's been a long time since I've been to California and done something like this with my kids. Like, we've done some things, but they've wanted to go to the beach for years. It's been years since we've been to the beach. It's like, maybe I'll go to the beach tomorrow. She's like, yeah. Well, here's the hotel we're staying in. If you want to get a room there. So, that night, I met her. That night, I went home. Well, the kids want to go to the beach in the morning? Yeah! So, packed up, go figure. My car, just got an electric car. I haven't had very good transportation for quite some time. Being broke and everything going on in life. Anyways, I went out and they'd approved me on an electric car. I was like, alright, well, okay, fine. I love it. All except for vacations. I looked up charge stations. I was like, all right, cool, I got this. And I told her, we're going to leave a little earlier than you because it's going to take us a little longer to charge. So we're packing our bags that night. Storm comes through, or our power goes out. Car doesn't have very much charge. Not charging. We don't have lights to pack. We need to get to sleep. And there's nothing we can do besides, well, okay, hopefully the power will come back on. We try to do things with flashlights, and we're like, alright, let's go to bed. Go to bed. Power doesn't come on. Next morning, it's still off. My boys put their clothes in the washing machine right before the power went off, and I locked them in there, so they didn't have the appropriate clothes. The car's dead. Whatever, we're going to California. Maybe I'm a little too determined sometimes. I've shot myself in the foot sometimes. But anyway, pack things up. We'll buy some whatever kind of clothes for the boys on the way. So we pack up. I'm like, all right, well, we'll just have to start charging the car at a charging station. We start going, we get into the Phoenix area. I'm like, all right, well, here's a station that has 250 kilowatts of charging. No, charge this thing up in no time. Go to plug it in, and the car only accepts 24 or so at a time. It's not gonna work. It's gonna take us an extra 4 hours at least just to get to California, just in charging. We're already starting to run a little bit late. This isn't going to work. I called around for rental cars. Can't afford a rental car. I can't afford to do this trip in the first place, really. But it's important. I want to spend some time with my kids, and I was liking this girl too, and it was fun. Maybe stupid, but it helped change my life. So Ended up borrowing a pickup from my sister and her husband. Drove to California. Bought the kids some shorts on the way. Met this girl at the beach. They were there playing, waiting for us. They were about done with the beach by the time we got there. Hung out there. Went back to the hotel. Went swimming. Hung out. At this time, I still don't really know this girl. I met her this one time at Target and dropping off her dog the night before. We texted and called on the way to California. So we hang out on the beach for a little while, go to the hotel, go to our own rooms. Actually, this is another crazy part. So they're going to Disneyland the next day. They're like, and everyone's getting along great. Like, go to Disneyland with us. I'm like, oh boy. Okay, well. She's like, I'll check and see if there's any tickets available. So she gets online and finds tickets. We buy the tickets. We're going to Disneyland. The day before, we had no idea we were going to California. Now we're going to California and Disneyland. So we go to Disneyland. We're telling the kids that we're friends. You know, well, obvious. Then things progressed. Her and I really got along well. And we had a lot of fun, and all the kids did too. Anyways, so then the next day they had tickets to go to California Adventure, whatever it is, near Disneyland. I couldn't do it. I can't afford to do that. We went to the beach, hung out, and then we all drove home. Some of the kids rode in other cars. It was fun. We had a great time. Texting her, you know, talking to her. Anyway, we get home, we go back to our lives, and then we hang out a little bit here and there when we have a chance. Set up a trampoline for, like, we're just having a great time. Like, everyone's hanging out, everyone's having fun. Kids are great. Took the kids to Walmart. They're her kids and my kids. Did some fun things that we wanted to do, like dropping hot dogs in people's cars when they're not looking, getting the reaction, seeing what happens. It's fun. Anyway, so then she's busy and working all the time, and we don't see each other for a while, a week or so. But we text and talk every day. Well, I sent her a text saying how I felt about her. I was like, hey, I'm liking this. And it scared her. I don't know. Instantly, her responses went down 50%. At least. So I realized, and I kind of backed off too, but I was preparing for pain, preparing for hurt. But I still was like, I can't, you know, yeah. So, still did, you know, it was something I really enjoy having a companion and doing fun things for them, like doing little surprises. I went and put a little balloon on her car while she was at work and some candy. Just surprise her. I like doing that stuff. And she was happy about it. We came to my son's birthday party the other day. And it was a couple mornings later. Get up at 5 a.m. and I text her like normal. And she responds back saying, good morning. I gotta be honest with you. This is giving me anxiety. We can be friends, but having anything else is giving me anxiety. So, I've had it happen before too, where girls have told me that they're scared of dating a good guy. They get feelings. They don't scare them. They're scared of being hurt, I guess. I get it. I'm scared of being hurt too. Whatever. But anyways, back to the story. Back to the 5 a.m. club. I got caught off subject there. 5 a.m. club. She's the one that helps me. She was getting up at 5 a.m. every day and working out to get to work. I'd been slacking in that area. Yeah, I'd get up early sometimes, I'd work, but I wasn't on a good routine. I'd work out sometimes, but a lot of times I'd run out of time. The day wasn't long enough. I wouldn't do it in the morning. Sometimes I would, sometimes I'd do it before bed. Sometimes I'd do it at midnight. Well, every morning she was doing it. So I was like, I'm going to do this again. This is a good habit that I need to take on again. And I remembered the 5 a.m. club. So I did it. I started doing the 2020 plan. And it has changed my life. And I appreciate her helping me see that. Or myself seeing it through her. Because it's really changed. And when she told me, broke up with me, it was devastating to me. It really messed that day up. I still worked out. I didn't run. I went and did push-ups. Tried to stay on schedule. I tried to do my stuff. But I was really thinking about that day. Messed my day up a bit. Kind of stayed on schedule, but kind of messed it up. In the past, I've had similar things happen, and man, it messed me up. All I can think about is them and the pain and how, like, why? I don't get it. It was such a mutual feeling of greatness. And then the bell just completely leave. So weird. Anyway, I don't have anything against them. I get it. There's triggers. The older you get in life, the more you've gone through. And you're scared. You have triggers. Triggers that give you anxiety and fear. But, back to the 5 a.m. The next morning, I stuck to my schedule. I got up at 5 a.m. I did the 2020 plan, 2020, the blueprint for a beautiful day, and I kicked butt again. And it helped me more than anything I have ever done to get through and get back on top of my day after a breakup, after a depression or something that could really send me into a place that's rough to handle. Emotions are rough to handle. I mean, they can really, really affect us. We can't control what emotions we get. But I found the 5 a.m. club really, really helps a lot. It helps a lot. Anyway, so this is my life. My goals. I'm gonna make it. I will make it. I'm gonna kick butt. And I don't have 2 dimes to rub together right now, hardly. Just trying to survive. Getting that fire back. I'll talk about that tomorrow, or whenever I do my next video. I don't know when I'm gonna do videos. I just know that I need to start doing them and having my journey, helping anyone that I can, whether they watch this video or whether I improve myself through doing this and make myself better to help others. It's part of my journey. See you later. Good luck to everybody.